All right, I'm gonna lock in.
Jack, give me your energy for the first time in my life. I know you're always against me, but do it.
I know my kindred are giving me their energy. They've been waiting to see me not lose for so long.
I know, right? Oh, God. Genuinely, Demon Hungers is incredible, but man, everything you did with Minotaur was fucking mind-blowing. Man, especially like all the behind-the-scenes stuff I got to see from reading the script. I was like, Jesus, this is such good symbolism. I'm looking forward to when you get a chance to do something else in 3D and do it like a proper movie, just like Minotaur was.
I would love, I'd love to do that and to, you know, potentially get some other Niji members like, you know, acting in it, because that's always fun.
Oh hell yeah!
It's always, yeah, no, it's always fun, and I'll rewatch like little bits and pieces from Demon Hungers and from Minotaur sometimes and be like, wow, I really did do that. I feel very lucky to, you know, the staff have been so great at like making sure that we all have the resources to do this kind of thing, and it's like, you know I would never have been able to make projects of that scale if I was anywhere else. So I'm just, yeah, I'm really, really grateful for that. But
I love
obviously
that as well.
Also you finished. Also, the thing is, right? Long time ago, before I decided I want to be a filmmaker, I used to write books, and with the very loopy idea that, oh, if I write a book, maybe one day someone else will turn it into a film, like or get optioned or something. And I thought, wait, why don't I just cut out the middleman and do the part that I actually like? So I know how. But the thing is, I never finished a book. I never finished a book before. I would always get like, I don't know, maybe 10 chapters in, like 30, 40,000 words, and I'd be like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. You actually finished your novel, which is so crazy. You took that much time, and it was like it was a running thing all the way from the beginning right until the very end of your career. I think that's so brilliant.
I'm really happy about that as well. It took 3 years, but the journey was so fucking worth it. I'm so like, I did the exact same thing as you for like so long of like, oh, I'll write a book, and then I get like a few chapters in, like halfway, maybe even 3/4 of the way through, and I was just like, I'm good. And it almost happened with Legatus 505 as well, where I went through like burnout and writer's block. Oh my god! For like a solid year and a quarter. How's
that for writer's block? Oh.
Yeah, I wish I could have blocked that. Jesus Christ. But no, it's been so amazing. And if you ever want to write again in the future, obviously I think you'd be amazing at it. There's everything that you know about like character journeys and shit. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see whatever movies you make in the future too.
Hell yeah.
Block this writer,
yeah,
I know.
I'm excited to see what you come up with as well. I know you've got a ton of ideas, all kinds of stuff. This man is always cooking. He's always cooking something. Reality is actually like, but you know, the unfortunate thing is that, you know, hate usually is so much easier to spread, and you know, a lot of people will spread hate purely for money and clicks, and the internet rewards that in such a powerful way that, you know, by making art in a, that is supportive of you know, empathy and just generally what we know to be the right thing, you know, it always helps, even if it's in a very small way. Ow, my fucking boot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I got you right in the grundle there. And yeah, agreed. So much of the world nowadays is just like people spouting stuff that they don't even necessarily believe, but they know will get a big reaction or clicks, and then they'll get attention or they'll get paid, and that's what they need in life. And it's like, oh, that's the world we live in now.
You know what it is? You know what I realized? Gollum is an allegory for grifters on social media.
Wait, Gollum the game or like Gollum the character?
Gollum the character, because he you know, he does something terrible. He murders his friend because he wants the ring. He's greedy. He's desperate for the ring. And once he has the ring, you know, the possession of that, much like the possession of, you know, material wealth, drives him insane, and he feels like he just wants to hoard it. He doesn't use it for anything. It's just his, and he has it in his cave, and he keeps, you know, he'll kill anyone who comes closer. He plans on eating Bilbo. His behavior gets worse and worse and worse. But buried underneath that, there is a good person, but they were completely destroyed by the desperate need to have wealth. And you know, I feel the same way about drifters, where it's like, yeah, maybe you were a decent person at one point, but the desire for just, you know, more money that you may not even be planning on spending, just more to have, you know,
has taken over your life and turned it into not a life, essentially, as well.
Yeah, true. Like, are you really living if all you do is just obsess over your own possessions? You know, where, you know, what are we if we don't have love?
Exactly. And when you get into that kind of mindset, I do feel like people get like seriously addicted to it, where it's like they can't enjoy the things that they do have. It's just like, oh, I got big numbers, I made money, I'm like now financially secure and able to take care of myself. And it's never like, oh, that's awesome, I will sustain this. It's always like, oh, but now my numbers need to go higher. And if they don't go higher, I'm failing. And if I don't continuously get that kind of feeling that you get from dopamine, then it feels like they're failing, and it just like turns into such a negative cycle. So yeah, I never thought about that for Gollum. So that's a good way to look at it.
Ah, the precious.
And then poor Frodo trying to get out of that, and the only way he does get out of that and get through everything is because of somebody who's just like pure unconditional love and trying to help in the form of Sam. God, I love Sam. I think everybody wants to be Sam, and most of us are Frodo. We're just doing our best on the day-to-day.
That's right. Yeah, it's about the power of genuine love and friendship versus the, you know, the power of greed and desire. And obviously, no matter how much greed wins in the short term, and no matter how much Gollum might have spent 500 long years with just the only thing he ever wanted, what wins in the end is obviously love.
Yeah.
And, you know, evil can kind of have a hold on people for a long time. But I want to believe that love will always win out in the end, and, you know, good will always win out in the end. Like Sam in the second film, where he does that speech talking about how it'll shine out the clearer. So sweet. And yeah, I go back to that sometimes when things are feeling a little bleak, and I'll be like, you know what, Sam Gamgee is alive and real, and I'm just gonna believe him, and that's gonna be it. I'm gonna be good.
Because I want to believe, Mr. Frodo. Things like that, the good things, they are worth fighting for. They'll be back. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's written so well.
I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. Come on.
Oh. That's so good. It kind of like, I've loved that for so long, and that is like a really big inspirational thing. And the other thing that comes close to that nowadays, in fact, I actually connect with it a bit stronger nowadays. Everything Everywhere All at Once, like Wayman's character in that. Where it's just like, yeah, I see the good side in things. People see that as like weakness that can be exploited, but it's not weakness. I know it's dangerous. I know it can get me hurt, but at the same time, I need to believe that. It's strong to realize that there are dark things, but I want to put positivity in the world. I want to believe that ultimately that will be rewarded, and other people will be able to see how much healthier that is and how good that is for everyone. Ugh. Can't we just be nice to each other? Oh God, nice.
If we can't, if we don't have what it takes to, you know, to be good in the face of, you know, overwhelming hate, then, you know, obviously we're no better than anyone else. It can be overwhelming, it can be tiring, and the world will just put so much pressure on you to, you know, do the wrong thing, and will reward you for doing the wrong thing. But the world will be better if, you know, more... Holy shit! The world will reward you if you don't spike like that in the most evil way possible.
No,
Jesus
you
Christ.
deserved that spike, but man, this whole battle has just been me being like, oh wow, I really don't remember how to do Ike, and this is a beatdown. You were doing that like beautiful speech about like hope and being nice, and I was like, please leave me alone. Please don't hurt me. I just want to land, man. I'm like mashing the counter button like, surely someday this combo will end. Oh God.
No, bro.
Oh my God.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, an era is ending. People are moving on, but, you know, the memories that we've made together will always persist. And it's crazy because I'll never forget the day that you first joined us and had this more serious demeanor and all of that, and then also I remember hearing, you know, I hadn't met you yet because you joined in the middle of the night. For me, obviously I'm in the UK, difficult time zone, and hearing like, oh, you're gonna love this new guy Fulgur, he's also British, also has a deep voice, and he plays Smash. I was like, oh my God, it's fucking over, I've been replaced, you know.
Oh, I always felt the same way about you as well. I mean, us as knockdicks sitting there having to watch the Luxium debuts when we were hired at the same time, and watching our like quote unquote rivals appear, like being like, oh, he is British, he's got such a fucking sexy voice, he's good at Smash, he loves like his stories and crafting, he's so fucking charming and witty. I definitely had a bit of a chip in my shoulder going on, and so I leaned probably a bit more heavily into the rivalry than I should. Showing intimacy to people, especially like fans online, was something that absolutely terrified me. And so I feel like I've learned so much from you over these years about like ways of interacting with chat and being like your genuine self. Even when, you know, a lot of other things are going on, you want to be able to share like your genuine feelings. And I it's one of my favorite things is like the connection that I now have with my community. And I don't think I would have gotten there if it wasn't for you helping me with that and helping me realize you can have that genuine connection and also keep a safe amount of like distance to have your own life offline as well. So thank you for everything, brother.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been the same without the
special.
Lambros here together.
Lambros. I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss this. There will be no Lambros. There's just gonna be one Lambro.
Hey.
And that'll be that. But you know what?
The costumes
It'll
will come in
fine.
faster.
I guess that's true.
Lamb Mama will have slightly more time. I mean, Lamb Mama's incredibly busy with
Yes,
everything.
now I get
but-
all of those lamb outfits to myself.
Oh, yes. Well deserved. And this new
Oh
one
my
is
God,
so
that's so
beautiful. So I'm glad you went back down to like this look. It's
the funniest thing about sort of communicating with the samurai fit. I was like, originally, you know, it was sort of based on this full samurai garb that I had with the, you know, a massive chest plate and everything. And they showed me the design for that, and I thought it's good, but I almost feel like it's a little too chunky. I'm gonna say maybe more like a wandering Ronin type of look, you know, because I had been out in the forest. I needed to sort of, I wanted to show a little bit more of that. Of that actual life, and they said, okay, so you are now completely shirtless with a massive happy trail and chest hair all over the place. I was like, excuse me.
it's like, okay.
I just saw that and I was
Lamb
like,
Mama
well,
absolutely
fans do
delivered.
like it when I'm more naked, so I'm just gonna, yep, I'll go for it. It was very, to be fair, the last 3 years have
know
been
what?
the most incredible experience, and definitely the greatest time of my life by far. With all the years put together, considered, I've never felt safer and happier, and I think that's a really special thing.
I feel the same way. These 3 years at NIJISANJI have been the most secure I've been and the most happy I've been. And I'm ready to take a step out and see how like more turbulent it is, but at the same time, I'm going to carry this with me forever and just know like this was just such a happy time. And yeah, I would actually, I know I'm talking about the angst and stuff, but man, I'd love to see you like do something that is just like chill. Like a little arc where it's like, now I'm just appreciating life. Let me show you a story where I'm helping other people go through some of the stuff that I've done. I've grown a little bit. I've calmed down in my modern lifestyle.
That's been my life for the past year or so. I've just sort of been back on my grind, you know, after some other unscrupulous characters broke into my house and kidnapped me and shit. But then I fought, but then I killed them so thoroughly. I think a lot of people got the message to stay away from me, and so I've had a lot of luxury being able to just relax in my smaller body for a little while. So I think that's kind of what I have been doing, but you never know when something might happen. That's the thing. I get scared at night sometimes, you know, bumps in the night. I'm like, is that an op? Or is that just my pipes? I can never tell. But it is one of the, it's one of those things. I mean, if I've lived long enough, if I've lived this long, I'm sure I can live a little bit longer. Why not?
Fuck yeah. I can't wait to see the journey you continue to go on, brother. I'm sure the kindred
Hell
are so
yeah.
excited for your healing arc.
And I look forward to hearing about your stories too. I'm sure you're going to be doing some incredible shit.
Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye, Lambro. Bye.
Bye-bye, Amro. Oh, God. It just hit me that that's the last time I can say bye-bye, Lambro. Fuck. Oh, he's already on here. I was going to copy him and put him over here, but he's good. He's trapped. You can see him trying to wiggle and get out, but no. No, brother. It always happens. I'm going to tuck you into bed. In fact, yeah, let's take him to the bedroom. Let's take him to the archivist bedroom. Don't make that sad face. It's got to be a good thing. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you, fam. You've had a long day. There we go. There's the face I want to see. You've had a long time. You deserve some rest. Tuck you in and make you nice and comfy. Be like, okay, what would I wear in this world kind of thing.
Cunt!
Sorry.
Dickhead! What's wrong with you?
It's okay. Tomorrow you're going to be playing Infinity Nikki. There will be no rage. There will be no pain.
There will be no rage. There will be no rage whatsoever. There needed to be at least one Daipan in this stream. With no Daipan in this stream, it would not have felt real. It wouldn't have been real life. All right, fuck it.